I was there. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much for your generosity. Every event that we do at this church, whatever it is, everyone is always so generous, and you can see it. And this time I was, one of the people who were able to receive your generosity, and I can't thank you enough. So thank you for allowing me to go on this trip, and it was amazing. I absolutely loved it. Israel has a special place in everyone's heart here, and I'm one of those people, and it's just such an amazing place. The people are amazing, and the people that I got to meet there, it was an absolute privilege and an honour to be able to go there and speak to them about their story, to speak to them and photograph them as well, to show the face behind the story, which you don't often hear about and you don't see. So it was a real privilege. I went to Sderot, which I'm sure a lot of people know about, and I was staying with Naomi and Kobe and the rest of the family, and they were very kind and hospitable towards me, and I really appreciate that. Naomi's not very well. She's got a prolapsed disc in her back, so she's very, very poorly. She's not well, but she tried her absolute best, and everyone we went to, she was fantastic, translated for me, and it was wonderful. So, and she sends her love to everybody. So, she wants to say hello, and Kobe does the same. So, and they appreciate also from the shop as well, all the donations that were given from the shop and from all of you over the years as well. I went to see the leader of the kibbutz, Gaza, and she wanted to send her love to Father's house. I also presented the plaque from Father's house as well, and from Manchester Zionist Council, and the mayor was very, very grateful and said thank you so much for all of your support, and really appreciated it. He was going to put the plaque up in his office, so that was lovely of him. So just to talk a little bit about my project while I was there. It's a photography project. I took pictures of the people, their portraits. I took pictures of Gaza itself. I took a few. It's nowhere near finished yet, the whole thing, but I've just got a couple of pictures that my dad's asked me to show you. Just a couple of stories. I don't know if anybody knows the story of Ella Abukassis. Basically, it's so sad. This 17-year-old girl called Ella. She was in Sderot, and a rocket, the siren went off, and they were nowhere near a shelter. She was with her 10-year-old brother at the time, and she threw him on the ground, and she covered him with her body, and tragically, as the rocket hit, shrapnel went into the back of her head and killed her instantly, but her brother is still alive. So through death there is life, and everyone I talked to out there, whether they were believers or not, said out of death there will be life. And we are the side of life. Israel is life. We speak of life. From the other side, so you only see death. So it was amazing to hear from her father. I asked how his son was, and he said that he's absolutely fine, and he's planning to go into the IDF, as they all are, and I said, how is his health? And he said that he has shrapnel in his head, but they're afraid to remove it. So he lives with headaches and things like that, but I mean, that's nothing compared to, what it could have been. So this picture is Jonathan Abukassis, her father. He was a lovely man, really kind and really lovely with me, and took the time to speak to me as well. He was very busy. Another picture, which was the one that you saw first, was of the community centre set up in Ella's name. They had basically a week there of children, being able to come for free from the community and just enjoy daycare, if you like, a day camp. And they loved it. You can see they're running around, and there he is. And there's the picture of Ella at the top. The next picture after that is of Kobe. He is the head of security in Sderot. I spoke to him for just under an hour. That was very impactful. I asked him about what it's like to be head of security in Sderot. I wouldn't want that job. It's the things that he's seen, the things that he told me about were beyond words, really. So I just wanted to take a portrait. He said to me something that was quite impactful as well. He said, from the education that's coming from to the Palestinians, is that as the head of security of Sderot, they tell the children, little ones, that he's running around, these were his words, he's running around with a knife in his mouth ready to kill Palestinian children. And I wanted to take a picture of him, which shows that actually he's there with a picture of his family on his desk, just relaxed but strong. I wanted to try and capture that. I don't know if I have, but he was such a fantastic man, and he really, really did impact me a lot. And then the next picture is of this is Amanda Francis. She's British born, from Manchester, and she lived on the kibbutz for many years now. She's head of the kindergarten there. Her story was incredible as well. She talked to me about how the children, she used to be able to take the children for really long walks, but now they can't go anywhere further than a few miles because there's no shelters. So they have to have a shelter with every few steps. Otherwise it's not safe. So the children are now confined to this very small space. She's actually sitting in the space there, and fully heavy concrete roof. Everything's concrete, everything, and they just live in constant fear. And but it was so amazing that even these people in complete fear and terror, they're still able to live their lives, and they still speak so positively. It was amazing. She just said, we just get on with it. We just get on with it. And that was, sometimes the British people can be very negative, but all that you heard was positivity. We move on, we carry on, we do what we can with what we've got. One thing that I wanted to, sort of incorporate with the Bible as well. Ezekiel 36, the ingathering, which talks about the ingathering of the Jews, and it's a sign of the nations to the nations that God is faithful to all his promises. And I can see that because there's life. Everywhere I went there was life. There were children, there were beautiful flowers and gardens. It was so beautiful there. And I was talking to Kobe, Noe's partner, and he was saying that there's not enough houses in the kibbutz. There's not enough houses. I said, what? And he said, yeah, people are wanting to move in. There's more people wanting to move in than we've got space for. Now, you think there's rockets coming over. My window, where I was staying, my window was a few steps away from Gaza. I could see the whole of Gaza from my window. And people are wanting to live there, wanting to bring families. And God is, in Amos it says, I will restore the fortunes of my people Israel, and they shall rebuild the ruined cities and inhabit them. They shall plant vineyards and drink their wine, and they shall make the gardens and eat the fruit. So even though in such devastation, in such difficult circumstances, God is still rebuilding, he is growing, he is nurturing Israel in ways that you wouldn't even begin to think of. You can see it from the grassroots, and when you go to places like this, the salt of the earth people, you really see how God is moving. And everyone that I spoke to who knew about Father's house was, but you're from Father's house, it's fantastic, we appreciate all you do. So I want to thank you for being able to send me, and I'm going to produce an exhibition and a publication on this trip. And I want to thank you for your support, and thank you for supporting Kafarazza, because by staying there, you really get an idea of what it's like to live there. And sometimes it's not, you can feel the tension in the air, but it's such a beautiful place, and I think everyone should have the opportunity to go there and try and understand what it's like for them. They were saying, thank you for bringing our side of the story, because that's what we've got to do. It's education. We have to educate people. There's always two sides to the story, and we're trying to show the right side of the story. So thank you for listening, and thank you for all your support.